Earlier on tonight, they had Warren Mason put on a wrestling clinic. Will Beth Cherry be able to do the same? It might be a good strategy for Beth Cherry to favour some wrestling, because she is fighting a stand-up fighter in Sophie Luxton.
Yeah, these are some of the most interesting fights. It's lovely to watch the girls fight because they train with men, they train hard, they're more technical, and as we know, women can multitask and men can't. So they can be punching, kicking you, and beating the crap out of you whilst thinking about what they're going to cook for dinner tomorrow night. I didn't mean to be stereotypical there. They might be thinking about what kind of engineering feat that they are going to create later on. Hashtag feminism. Hashtag battle arena. Hashtag VikingWarriorNutrition.co.uk, which is bringing to us this amazing fight tonight. Go to VikingWarriorNutrition.co.uk. I will pull my foot out of my mouth, and we can go over there and get some supplements, Chris. Delicious supplements.
I need some supplements. Look at me. I'm wasting away over here, working so hard commentating. This podcast, this fight show is also brought to you by the Slaphead and Giraffe podcast. If you want to know my fight of the night and performance of the night, then listen to the Slaphead and Giraffe podcast. I give you a clue, it's Callum.
So far.
So Sophie Luxton, she's fought on Battle Arena before. Only 18 years of age, but already smashing through the ranks here on Battle Arena. She's a black belt in kickboxing, which she's been doing for the last 4 years. And let's be honest, she wants to keep this fight on her feet. She wants to stand and bang, throw some bombs, throw some heavy kicks, and see if she can work Beth Cherry from the unit.
But standing across from her in the arena will be Beth Cherry, who, as we can see, is sporting a very nice tatami rash guard, which might be a bit of a tell that she's been doing a load of jiu-jitsu and that she will similarly bring the kind of grappling heavy focus we saw from Warren Mason early on.
Yeah, her teammate was definitely very grappling heavy, so could this be a classic striker versus grappler, or could the tatami BJJ gear just be a little feint, a little bit of strategy? Yeah, I've often thought about wearing Muay Thai shorts to full guard in.
Just, yeah, come with tornado kicks wearing tatami rash guard. That'd be brilliant. Sophie Luxton looking to take her place in the cage momentarily. As you said, she's coming out of her Impact MMA, looking to possibly keep this one standing. She does have a black belt in kickboxing. And Impact MMA have had their ups and downs today. Jack Drake putting on just a show of heart earlier on against Callum Birkinshaw. And Nathan Rich fighting Simon Hansen earlier on from Frontline Academy. Early on, establish angles. Ooh.
Oh, landing shots already.
Coming through, big right hand, sneak through for Sophie Luxton as Beth Cherry looks to tie up with that overhook. Nice knee to the leg.
Beth is getting some wrestling pointers from Mason, who we saw fighting earlier tonight.
Big knee comes in there from Sophie Luxton. Nice over-under position. I feel like Luxton is pushing a bit, and if Cherry would just whip her backwards, she's got an over-under throw there. Good head position there from Beth Cherry right off the bat. Showing a bit of cage craft and a bit of knowledge. She's pretty happy with that underhook right now. Needs the right hand on the way out. Nice high kick from Sophie Luxton has Beth Cherry thinking.
Sophie using that kickboxing black belt to good effect here, landing some shots. But Beth driving forward. It is the, oh, she's been caught, she's been caught. Oh, Beth comes back swinging.
There's a big right hand there that landed by Sophie Luxton. We saw Beth Cherry take stock there for a moment, but now she's right back in it.
Sophie's just got the much cleaner shots there. Beth kind of winging from the hips, whereas Sophie's punching clean. Oh, kick in the groin. There's nothing I can say that won't be inappropriate.
It all hurts the same. She's ready to go. All right, Sophie Luxton just establishing very early here. Ready to go. Oh, axe kick down the middle. She's giving Beth so much to think about. She's landing those right hands. She's got her up against the cage. Nowhere for that head to go except back into the cage.
Beth Cherry in those exchanges just walking backwards and just being on the end of everything.
Just doesn't seem to be able to establish anything at this very moment. I want to see her hike that underhook up, do I? Beth Cherry, she's got double underhooks. Can she get head position?
Can Beth Cherry get a takedown from this?
Sophie Luxton showing her wisdom in the cage with that head control.
This is some really high-level grappling. Both fighters working for the takedown.
Beth very calm here, not giving up the position. He's going to come in, maybe.
This is smart from Beth. She was having the worst of the striking exchanges. Now she's mixing it up, pressing, trying to take the fight into a different area.
I'm just getting the impression that Beth doesn't really know where to go from here because she had two underhooks. She could have left a drop to a double, but rather she lets Sophie pummel in. And now we're in the position that Beth does not want to be in.
Axe kick.
Another axe kick attempt from Sophie Luxton. Nothing is just snapping as well for Beth Cherry.
Sophie has the much cleaner strikes.
Beating her to the punch there.
Beth looking the more tired of the two fighters. Oh, that head kick so nearly landed.
And big right hand followed up by Beth Cherry. She still has a puncher's chance in there.
Sophie looking the much fresher of the fighters, still light on her feet, still bouncing around. Whereas Beth, she's squatted down there, she's breathing really heavy.
Yeah, she wasn't getting the better of those wrestling exchanges. She was looking to engage them, but just didn't seem to have anywhere to go. She needs to really commit to the legs or the throw and start to establish her own top game, because slowing down Sophie Luxton is about all she can do on the feet.
This does feel a little bit striker versus grappler, but Sophie's definitely having the better of it, and Beth can't turn these grappling exchanges into a takedown, take it to the area where she might have an advantage. That's not to sleep on the grappling either of Sophie Luxton. We know we've seen her fight before. She's a very well-rounded fighter, good skills in any element of the cage.
And the cornermen leave, and it's the ladies all alone again in the cage. Beth Cherry.
I think Beth maybe needs to throw caution to the wind and start shooting for some takedowns.
Yeah, and definitely not standing on the edge of Sophie Luxton's range. It's just such a dangerous range. Sophie's a bit of a technician. It's like she's wielding scalpels with her hands right there. She's just cutting up Beth Cherry. Controlling. Well, we're seeing Beth push a little bit more here, and she's got double underhooks again, but can she use it? Oh, Sophie uses her overhooks to switch position. Just a few basic technical changes here, and we could see Beth Cherry getting the takedown. She doesn't seem to have the wherewithal at the moment to establish those grips she needs.
Yeah, she's getting those double underhooks, but then not dropping to try and secure the takedown.
There's so many moments here where Sophie Luxton is leaning, and if Beth just had a bit more Greco, I think she'd be a little bit better off. Sophie bit playing right here, spinning back, high kick.
Oh, now should Sophie back off and not play the game on the floor, but she went straight to side control, so. Oh, and slid to mount straight away.
Excellent pass there. Sophie Luxton just showing her cage craft, showing her experience and her ability, and once you've been in the cage once, it makes the second, third, fourth time much easier. Sophie Luxton just showing her experience here. A nice wide base there in the mount as well.
And Beth pressed against the cage. That's always an awkward position to be in because your head is
Sophie
kind of at an
taking her
angle.
time.
Sophie not rushing to try and get this ground and pound going. Beth needs to try and get her feet on the cage and bridge. She's got to do some defense. The referee's taking a very close look at it. Sophie landing
Big
heavy
right
shots, trying to put her opponent away.
It's a stoppage, and a good stoppage at that from Alan Jackson. Sophie Luxton just giving a striking clinic really there.
Fantastic finish. Complete domination by Sophie Luxton.
So after 1 minute and 37 seconds of the second round, we have the opener. The team player who fights off in the blue corner, Sophie and Luxton. And please, please welcome Bethany. So, another fight and another win.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm training with them. It's had fun filming as well. I didn't think I'd finish though. Watching the fight is amazing. I love music. I was watching it one fight and it's really taking
So, but here at Battle Arena, that's 2 fights in 2 weeks down the road. What are you looking to next?
I've got a match for September. I'll put it on. Want to be matched for yeah, I really want to be matched for a while. Really soon as well. So it's a big one to look forward to be an absolutely amazing fight.
So, everything's just all channeled towards that now, then get ready for September.
I don't know if anything else I'm looking to be obviously for casual things to do. But yeah, I'll be confident, straight up on it, get ready for that September.
Awesome. Well, very informative.